We are 3 weeks on from the World Championships, and we're going to talk to Matt about that in just a moment. But the men's discus, you might remember this, persistent rain caused all sorts of trouble. It was a farce, really, in the end. And I know Matt Denny was front and centre of all of that. The conditions were so bad the athletes were warned about concussions, or worried rather about concussions and even slipping and breaking bones. It was actually... I'm sure it was tough to be there, but it was tough to watch too as a spectator. I just want to get Matt's thoughts in the immediate aftermath of that. This is his Mix Zone interview with Dave Colbert.
Matty, what a ridiculous, absurd, bizarre, staggeringly unusual night.
Yeah, it's pretty heartbreaking. It was a bit of a war of attrition and a bit of lottery, but I think the end of it, absolute hats off to the guys who finished it off. Just devastated, eh? I really wanted to win, especially for Dad, but it's just how it goes.
Matt, it really was an incredible interview, and clearly the emotion, I'm sure you're still emotional.
Yeah, kind of bring it back now, so.
But particularly because of your dad, right? There was so much riding on that.
Yeah, once Dad passed away, and not to give him that major championship win was pretty brutal. So, and just also, losing him in the first place was the hardest part. But, yeah, to kind of have that, be so ready for it. I've never felt so ready for a comp, especially mentally, and have that purpose and drive behind it, and kind of get the rug pulled from under you and kind of feel a bit helpless. I'd put everything out there and tried my absolute best, but yeah, you got guys that are, previous world champions that are slipping over, nearly hitting their head and getting, potentially brain damage injuries. It's pretty terrible. And I think the other hard part was I was pretty ridiculed in the media after on the way that I discussed what should happen with the competition when they proposed the options and what happened once the delay happened. So, all of my decisions were based on the safety of the other boys, because even Andreas Guzius, who was the other guy that voted with me against happy to postpone, he had a golf ball on his tibia and he couldn't feel his leg by the end of the comp. So yeah, the safety aspect of it wasn't really the rain; it was the circle that was the problem. And yeah, it was a pretty tough time for not only me but all the boys. Everyone was in a pretty frustrated, and train your whole life for that kind of moment. It's pretty tough. So
I suspect when you get the next opportunity, that drive is still going to be there for you. You're still going to have a red hot crack, and you're going to have your old man in the back of your mind. Yeah,
of course. I think sometimes you think about, okay, well, if I win, does the motivation fall off? But obviously that didn't happen, and the fire's burning pretty harder than ever. So commies next year, and then World Champs coming up, and LA, and all the way to Brizzy. So.
And you'll be a dad by then as well.
Yeah, I will be.
A lot of reasons to win. Thanks, Matt. Thank you very much.